I'm Barry Buffier, Chair of the New South Wales Environment Protection Authority, and as the name implies, we protect the environment and human health in New South Wales. Evan, I think one of the things that I'm really impressed about in terms of these sleepouts, and this is my sixth sleepout now, is the stories of the people who have been homeless and come along and share that with us. And I mean, what it's demonstrated to me is what a fine line exists between people who are able to cope and managing well in society versus that sort of fine line, that sort of life, something happens in their life, an event happens and very quickly you can slip into homelessness. So I mean, that's been very powerful, and as well as the issue around domestic violence, which is something that I'm very interested in, and how that and the amount of homelessness that causes for women and children. A really high percentage of homeless people are women and children, which I find is pretty sad in our society. I think it's a message I'd like to share with the general community that the goodness of a community is really described by what they do for people who are less fortunate or who are in situations that, through no fault of their own that they're in. And I think our worth as a society is measured by what we are prepared to do to help people who are less fortunate or in a more difficult situation than us. I guess really how simple it was just to have one night sleeping rough, and how difficult it must be to face that night after night. So when you're going to bed of a night, even though it's on the grass and on cardboard, you know that it's only for 6 or 7 or 8 hours, and you know that the morning will come, you'll get breakfast, and you'll be able to go off to work. But not being in that situation and knowing that the next night's the same thing, and the next night and the next night must be very, very difficult to deal with. You must have to be very tough and resilient to be homeless. I got a lot of sleep, thank you, but I do have an advantage that I can sleep pretty much anywhere. But look, I'm not downplaying how difficult it must be to on the street every night. As I said, one night is simple. I'm not sure that I'd like to do it for a second night. I think just, as I said, that what's been really powerful to me over 6 Vinnies Sleepouts are the stories of the people who have come along and shared with us, what it is that has happened in their life, and just demonstrating how simple and how easy it is to sort of get into a situation where you're homeless, and how a little bit of assistance up front can stop that happening.